I wrote a post a few hours ago about my Portland Grand with its 30mm rings because it doesn't even snap anymore. And this is so crazy out of control. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this. Ventura's even like hiding from it. So I posted my blog post and linked from Facebook saying just because I can doesn't mean I should. And I was referring to just having 30mm rings and keeping all of this stuff. And Natalie posted, why don't I use this for, archiving and move to another planner. And I think that was a brilliant idea. Had I thought of that, I wouldn't be in this condition. So I think I'm going to give that a shot and probably move to my regular Portland, although I don't even know how that's going to work. But we'll see. And I'll do a few updates on this video, and hopefully at the end of it I will be in here with room to spare. This is step one. I took everything out of here so I can put it in here, and I don't even know how it fit in the 30mm rings. I mean, it is bigger. Well, I guess that explains why I couldn't close this thing. And that's really pretty big. Let me see if I can... I don't even think I can get... I mean, how did that even happen? That is more paper than... I mean, it wouldn't snap, but I don't even know how it fit in these rings. And I also don't know how it's all going to fit in here. I mean, it's exploding out the back. Okay, so that was step 2. Okay, so step 2. What are you doing, honey? Hi. He doesn't know what's going on here. Oh, it's a paper. Why don't you lay down, Ventura? That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Those are his new bones. They're kneecaps. They keep his teeth very clean. Okay, so step 2 leaves me with a little more in the Portland than in the Portland Grand. I took out a lot of stuff. This is mainly the daily pages I want to keep for archive, plus some things that I use. I missed this picture, it was in the front. I probably have to put some daily sheets, some kind of daily sheets, whether it's the Filofax day planner pages or just plain lined paper in here. Right now I don't have any extra paper. And my extra contact sheets, the stickers that were in there, whatever envelopes I didn't use. I left one of these in, but not both of them. My favorite pictures from Josh are in here at the moment. And my son doodled on one of my pages, so I left that in there. So the daily sheets came out, and the the weekly sheets stayed in. I like to leave as many of these in as possible because there's some things I still need to transfer over to the yearly. So this is step 2. I've taken out what I think I can take out, and I left the spam envelopes in here even though they do take up a lot of room because that reminds me to put the money in there, and when I put them on a shelf I'm not as successful. So I think it is important to leave these in here, but right now I think I'm at a good space and I do have some room, but there are a few things I need to put in here still, and maybe some things need to be out. I'm not sure, but this is the process I'm doing today. So this is step 2, definitely more manageable and definitely room to archive, and I'm going to continue with this and get back to you. Well, I'm totally done, and we are exhausted from the process. This is part 3. You can see it's a lot neater, a little bit more manageable, and I'm in the regular Portland, which I believe has 23mm rings, with some room to spare, which is a good thing because I still haven't put in daily pages. And so I'm going to do a page by page to show what's left in here. I have my postage. I actually have one thing that doesn't have anything in it, and that is the top opening envelope. I'm working on that. I'm trying to decide what to do with it. I have my postage stamps in a zip lock. Another Ziploc that's kind of more of a placeholder than I really need, but does have some stickers in it that not that I use so much, but that I want to use up. This is a flyleaf that I stuck my main post-its to. And I also did something else with this. I think the flyleaves tend to be different shapes. Some of them are a little wider. And what I did was I punched a hole in the edge, and I am keeping my highlighter in there. I don't know if I can put it back in one-handed, but I know that you saw it right before. Maybe I'll try to do that. Okay, so what it is doing is just sitting at the edge of the flyleaf through the hole I punched, and that is a little hard to see, I think. Yep, I think you can see it there. So it actually would have fit in here, but I think contained it fits pretty well. With this one at the bottom, everything closes up, and I just thought of that. I'm really glad that I thought of that. Because the flyleaf is a little longer, it sits outside the dimensions of the page, and it's going to work really well for me. I put my extra flyleaves in as dividers. They just work better for me than making my own dividers. I added the year on a page calendar in the front, so I'll remember to transfer things over because I'm going to keep these for multiple years. These are the kind of things that are sort of, I mean, not monumental. It's not like monumental things happen, but for things I do every year or track every year, or things that I buy that I need to remember for warranty purposes. So I'm going to keep this year to year, and the holes were getting to be quite a mess. Some of them were broken, so I washi to reinforce them. And next I have my calendar pages. I leave in as many of the weekly pages as I can. Gives me time to put them in the yearly year on a page, and it's easier to refer back to for me. This is when I switched to the pages I made using Ray Blake's file, and when I first did it, I just made days of the week in a line so I could put in the date, the actual date, and I have Monday through Thursday on one side and Friday through Sunday on the other, because I really need more room here. I don't think I need quite half and half, which is what I initially was going to do, and then I changed it to this. This is working out really well for me, and since I'm not printing them double-sided, I use this side. I just fill it with Post-its and fill it up with my notes and my shopping lists and whatever I need to transfer onto the next week on these Post-its. I suppose it could be seen as a waste of Post-its, but honestly I have more Post-its than I need, and I really would like to use them up. This was the second week, and I did the same thing, and it is working out really well for me, like surprisingly well for me. I'm really happy about it. If I do a couple more weeks and it continues to be successful, I'm going to get better paper, because this is just printer paper, which is fairly awful. And then the next week, for this upcoming week, I changed the what it looked like, and I actually put the dates in, and I changed it to a typewriter font. So and I changed the color to a teal, and I added in appointments that I already had set, and I like these. I think that this will work, but like I said, I'm going to do a couple more before I decide to actually invest in better paper. I guess this is sort of a flyleaf. What I do here is the same thing I've done, for the last couple of months, which is to put things I want to buy on payday, and I just stick it on the week that I'm getting paid. And I printed 2 weeks worth of these in the teal, and I really like these. Whatever's already, whatever commitments I already have, I put in, and it's great. I keep the rest of the year in here in the Filofax sheets, because I do have appointments that haven't been transferred over. I think I'm going to work on a better way to do this so that I don't have to keep all this in here, but I haven't quite worked out the details of that yet. I put my address sheets back in, and these are places that I want to go and things I want to visit with addresses, phone numbers, and websites if there are any. Also times they're open, because when I go to Cape May, I like to do new things and find things that I haven't seen before. So I usually search them out, and now I'm keeping them in here so that I can just check them out when I'm there. And I use the same sheets from Ray Blake's personal size page, and I just substituted his text for my text, which was the point of his. It wasn't to keep his stuff in there, but to take out his text as a placeholder and put in your own, and it prints up really well. And because I'm only printing on one side, it actually leaves me room for notes. And I did keep my spend envelopes in here because I really need the visual reminder. So they are still in here. This I keep in here because I put these diary stickers in, and they're pretty delicate stickers. Like, it's not that easy for them to move, not that difficult for them to really move around. So I really wanted to stick these in here instead of keeping them in my little, Filofax junk basket, because I lost some of the stickers that way, so it works better to have a pocket for them. And I also keep my templates in here, and it's got an attached pen loop that came from Staples. It's the ARC system, so I do like to keep this in here. And for the back, I've got my customs declaration mail things, my eyeglass prescription, the Post-its that I really like, and some appointment cards, just like random stuff. But it closes, closes easily. I have plenty of room for what I have, and I have room for more pages, which is good because I do need to put in the daily sheets. And I think this was pretty successful. This is all the stuff I took out, and seriously, that is more than a lot of people carry in their Filofaxes. So I think I was a little out of control. I still miss the Ordning and Rita planner, and I think one of the reasons it worked so well for me was the constraint of smaller rings. It made me really try to figure out what I needed, and what I needed in my Filofax. I carried a lot of stuff when I had it in here, but the truth is, when I'm, going downstairs, I just put this basket on top of my closed printer and my Filofax on the top, and I just walk downstairs, and I have stuff downstairs, in drawers. So it's not like I really need all the stuff that I was carrying with me every second of every day. And I think if I have to get up and get another pencil, or I have to get up and get a sticker, it's certainly not going to kill me. And when I'm out, if I'm being honest, I really don't even need a highlighter unless I'm at the grocery store, to cross out things I've bought. Mostly what I need is just a pen or a pencil. And, so I'm going to work this for a while and, stay with my Portland until the end of the year, like my plan was. And I really like this one. This one has, hands down, the best leather of any Filofax, and really any, I've never seen a Gillio, but I would really find it hard to believe that it's actually nicer than the leather on the vintage Portlands. It's beautiful. It's soft, it's, cushy, it's got a beautiful sheen. It doesn't even bother me, the dents and dings and things, because it's just, the sign of a well-loved thing. So, I don't really think I could love a planner more than I love this one. I've changed around sometimes, and I've sold a lot of them, I've never really considered selling this one, even all the years that I didn't use it and it sat on a shelf. I think the leather on the brown one is actually better than the leather on the black one, and it just may be because this one was in a drawer and not really used and touched and handled, or it may just be that, you know, this one is a lighter color. I don't really know, but I would have to say if I had a favorite planner of mine, it's this one, imperfections and all. And all the time I was using this, I have to admit I really did, miss this one. So this was part 3, and sort of the result. And thanks, Natalie, it was a fabulous idea that you gave me. And hopefully this will work out really well. And I guess that's it, guys. I hope that you have a good rest of the weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.